Let me get what uploaded. Honestly, chicken on the bone is actually... I'm just having like a nice meal, you know? It's harder to... like, eat a proper meal rather than just like... It's burger and fries. It's better for me, though. It's better for me. What am I doing? Team, pets versus. Right, that's what I'm doing. Uploading that one now as well. Mods. Uploading. Ooh, some music. And we're moving to North America. Oh, we got loads of time. Oh, I've got time to eat my chicken. I was worried I was going to have to try and wolf it down before North America. We got time, chat. We got time. I always forget the Pred sound. It always feels like new and exciting. Like, oh, what's that? Who's on extinction? You think he hates China, GB? Hot. There's no way. There's no way.
Precision.
Enemy kill.
The way of the effective warrior.
Okay. Thanks, Velvet. Yeah, that's a pretty reasonable team.
Embarrassing.
Gavin asked in YouTube chat, does Soon know that Remet killed? He definitely does now, you know? What's the expression? Once bitten, twice shy? Twice bitten? Really fucking scared? I think that's the saying.
Too easy. Breaking them down. My ultimate is ready.
Relax and Overwatch down to eat them.
One kill remaining.
Father would say.
Yes, RX, yeah.
Match complete.
Will Incendia have a game? I'd expect them to be doing well, but I've not really kept an eye on Face at League at all. That's a bit loud. Oh, team of the week? Oh, here's Hammer. Ooh. Incendia have looked a little off so far, but Face it also just started. Oh, okay. What's your opinion on perks? I know you probably said already, but I feel it could scare too many people too fast, but too many people too fast will be the best thing for the game. I think it's good. I think anything that like is going to add a new dimension to the game, make it more interesting for a lot of people who played for a long time, maybe even sort of sucker some new people in. I know some people have said like, oh, is it going to be too messy, too complicated, whatever, but there's plenty of complicated games that are popular, right? You just learn as you go type thing, you know? If anything, the more complicated the game, the more longevity it normally has because there's more and more layers to it, right? League of Legends is a good example. Think about even stuff like a lot of card games as well. So yeah, I don't think I'm worried about it. I think in terms of like the esport, it will just be something new. In terms of the actual the game and the player base, I think is more likely to do good than harm. I think the question for me is more how much good will it do? You know? As in, will it work as in like people try it and they're like, oh, this is pretty cool, or will it sort of bring people in long term, you know, as in like after the sort of first month or so? Yeah, I think for like if you're like watching the esport, I don't think it will make it necessarily more complicated. It will be like there's always layers to it as well in these games, right? Like when I watch League of Legends, I don't know the name of the heroes, I don't know the name of the abilities, I don't know what builds are good, I don't know what builds are abnormal or whatever. I just see them do some stuff, and then I watch things happen, you know? I watch people get locked up, I watch people get caught, I watch the team fights. All of that, you know? I don't need to understand a lot of it to enjoy it. But I'm sure if you play a lot of League of Legends, you understand it at a greater depth. Then you can appreciate that as well. Yeah, similar thing. Like my go-to example, some people have probably heard me about this, heard WANG. People have probably heard me use this example before, but I used to watch a lot of StarCraft. I've never owned that game. I've never played that game. I only ever watched it. But I felt like I started to understand like a lot of the core parts of it, just because the casters were so good at explaining it. You know, when this will maybe show my age a little bit, but back in my day when I watched it, it was Tasteless and Artosis, who are still doing it to this day, and like Day 9 and DJ Wheat, and it was you know, I actually felt like I was really able to understand the game, and I still didn't know, you know, like my stats for all the units, or like wasn't able to recognize build orders myself. But I don't need to recognize build orders, because Artosis will just tell me what the build order is, right? And they'll sort of contextualize it for me in terms of how the matchup is expected to play out. Has anyone formally begun a process? Yeah, it was a copy pasta in the Uncoachable Discord, but If there's one thing we can do, it's just ignore the masses. Ah, thank you, Mila. Glad. That's kind of the idea. As a viewer, perks seem like they'll be easier to grasp and understand than some of the more confounding Y-Ban X moments. Yeah, I think, if anything, you're right in terms of, like, you know, like, the bit that's going to be difficult about perks as a learning thing isn't going to be what the perks do, right? If I tell you, oh, okay, Shockwave's picked this new perk, and now his Sojin has 2 slides. This isn't hard to comprehend, right? Like, 2 slides? How's that going to work? How's it? I don't know what I'm going to see. Why would he pick 2 slides type thing, you know? The problem is, there's like 168 perks have been added. The problem isn't the complexity of the information. The problem is the quantity of information that's going to be added. So there's going to have to be like a lot of learning up front of like recognizing which perks do what, etc, etc. Exactly. Chris Waffle, cheers, mate. Anything stand out in the tank category? Maybe the Zarya bubble one. The Zarya bubble one. And what was the Diva one? It's the Diva one, you know, where she like... Is it where she gets shields and damage she eats from Matrix replenishes those shields? At least on paper, that one sounds really good. Diva, May, Torb, Lucio, Kiri, your pred. Okay, yeah. What were the Kiri ones? What was that website called? Was it Dot? Oh yeah, Doom 2. Here we go. Let's have a little peep. Kiriko. Healing Oofta. What's an Oofta? Projectile speed is increased by 50% when seeking critical allies. That's pretty decent. Kunai hits launch 2 healing Oofta to an ally in front of you. So you just like passive heal, right? With a fortune teller. Right? Yeah. You just like every time so you can just damage and passive heal like anyone around, like a Inspire or Lucio aura type thing. How are you pronouncing that? Afuda? Yeah, I'm saying Oofta. Afuda. Afuda. That's probably more like. Shuffling. Swift step can now be used again within 4 seconds of initial cut. Is that just a shorter cooldown shuffling? Protection Shuzu grants 40% movement speed to allies for 2 seconds. Maybe that one's actually pretty good. Yeah, what's the current cooldown on the Kiriko thing? So you just get a second... Actually, that one's just going to be broken, though, then, if you just get 2 Steepers again. Yeah, so just shuffling. It's not 2. What do you mean you can reuse it, Ben? What's everyone clapping about? Read the text. Is Swift Step for TP? Is it something else? Swift Step is for TP. Yeah, so you can use it again in 4 seconds. Within 4 seconds of its initial cast. Right, yeah. So what do you mean? Within. Alright, but within 4 seconds, you can do it instantly. Yeah, so you get 2 TPs. That's what I'm saying, no? Yeah, like, you'd get 2 TPs, right? Yeah. Did I not say that? I thought I said that. Crosswires and all that. What were you saying, the May one as well? Or the Lucio and the May is what you said, right? I'll come past Lucio. Oh, okay, I see. I see the difference here. I see the difference here. I see. Two seconds. Okay. Yeah, so the Lucio ones just seem like kind of almost like good stat boost, right? Like the knockback, maybe you only want that on certain maps. Maybe the grooving is good because you just fucking get infinite ammo and you can spam loads, build a faster beat, you know? Crossfade range being better. Yeah, you would just choose noise violation every time, I think. Then Torb 1, Forge Hammer can restore armor to allies. This one's so... I mean, it's probably just for fully loaded, right? But I feel like the Craftsman is just... Picturing Jaywu just following Vestler around on Diva, or Ram, just topping up his fucking armor. Now that is gameplay. Anchor bolts, this is the stick to walls thing, right? The overload turret thing is probably better though. And then the May one. What you saying? Primary fire's range is increased. That one's probably going to always be better than this ice wall, right? Because people just break ice wall anyway. All the May ones are poorly designed in your opinion. Secondary fire hits slow enemies by 50%. Cryo freeze slows and deals 70 damage. I mean, the cryo storm just sounds broken, no? Is cryo freeze is just his left click, right? I'm getting that right. It's not like the ult or anything. That's just Blizzard. So it's just his fucking left. Sorry, her fucking left click. Just fucking busted. Oh wait, shift. Oh, okay. So wait, you ice block, and if you're near it, it slows you down as well. Oh, fuck. I mean, that's probably actually less powerful than what I was thinking then. But that's still pretty good. They're boring and OP. Well, they all just kind of happen, right? I feel like with some of the heroes, there's like... Clearly, one is better than the other. Ice block in a Garav. Well, yeah, you just ice block. You do in the same way you would use it. The same way you would use it in just like anytime another ult is used as well. Just fucking like if your ice block gets forced, that used to be like such a big problem. Like because it happened to Backbone, right? If the shift ever gets forced in like a fucking dodgy position, all of a sudden we have to like move heaven and earth to try and save him in some of these. But now actually, it might just be a trap to try and go on that. Like, especially in matchups versus stuff like Genji and that. Really annoying. They charge based off ult charge rate. I don't know exactly how it scales, but there are different charge rates for different heroes. If nano affects the ice block damage, I mean, it should do, right? I am reading YouTube chat too, sorry. I do keep forgetting. Zodi didn't play for Peps. Yeah, he's got like an ongoing wrist injury. It was too painful to play today, unfortunately, so Soon played all of them. What time are we looking at here? Oh, we're still doing some kind of thing. Some kind of guess who situation. You want to hear your May ones? Go on, Spilo, mate. Fuck me. Spilo is actually on his Custer arc right now. Getting into that balance team. Your perk charge stays. Like, once you get up to the perk 3, you keep the perk, you know? Wouldn't mind if Spilo designed the game. Mixed reactions here. Duality of chat. We play in between games? Not today, Fovai. For Sunday is like the tired day for me. Alright. Spray floor for faster movement speed like April Fools. That one's... I don't mind that, actually. Or wall for vertical height. Bounce like Lifeweaver. So give May like more movement. Major is Blizzard gives movement speed plus damage boost when May is inside it. Okay. But only slow slash damages. Doesn't freeze ice block. Oh wait, hold on. Oh. Scrolling up. But only slow damages. Doesn't freeze. Ice block gives a pulse of slow damage when leaving, not inside. So kind of like, not with the movement, but almost like an Ilari shift. Yeah, I don't hate those. I think the movement one's fun, actually. Like, giving her more movement instead of more slow stuff. Yeah. Can I link? Yeah, of course, mate. What you linking? Let's see. Ha!
9-minute wall? 9-minute wall? Oh, wall's coming down. Oh no, I'm in trouble.
That's I didn't realize it was going to be this big, right? Like this is a huge circumference. Yeah, I thought it was going to be like, I was expecting it's going to be like this, you know, so it would only be useful against like a Genji and stuff. Yeah. Go Torb. Let's see. Oh, here we go.
He might need healing. Can restore armor, health, 5% ammo. Armor. That's in both crazy. I wish I had a way to test the healing enemy or allies, because these guys don't have armor, so I can't heal them.
Swap it to the other bots, Flats. This guy never plays in training range. This guy's never in fucking training. He doesn't know.
Throw range.
Give a rocket bots up.
And can now attach to walls. Or Overlord turret 5 seconds, and then I pop my E.
Is it just like his old one? Yeah. Every time he presses overload, that's actually fucking busted, right? Like all this shit that Tor players do at the moment. I didn't even mean to. I freeze it because I was responding to a message. Ah! Now that is a flat spog. But yeah, you know what this shit they do? Like when it's like, there's one door here, there's one door here, and the Torb will be like, throw their turret there, then overload there. These type of plays on the flank are going to be unbelievably dangerous, actually, right?
Planned that perfectly.
Do you want, like, I can send you the timestamp, Panda. I'll put it in admin chat. I'll let you do your magic. Torb is going to be insane in low ranks. Maybe I can finally become a top tier DPS player, right? So May Torb. I mean, it seems reasonable enough, right? Like, Torb is in a pretty decent place anyway. Oh yeah, we still got time. Tracer also busted. Yeah, Tracer's done really well, but also like, I feel like actually May and Torb match up really well into Tracer. Is there a balance patch as well? I don't think so. I actually don't know, though. Like, is it so like a tone down to hazard or something would kind of be the expectation if they do. But I don't know if they're just going like, here's all the new stuff, and then they'll try and balance after X amount of stuff from perks. You think so, Toby? Okay. Perks. Would it be better that perks just give slight buffs or number tweaks rather than whole reworks? I think I'm more interested in perks that, like, change the way you can play the hero slightly rather than just, oh, my numbers are a bit better or something, you know? Oh, there is a patch? Oh, okay. All right, then. Oh, sounds like we're getting into it. Nope, just a song change. Yeah, because like the way they pitched it in the video was sort of like you could almost like one up, right? Because I look at some of them, like some of say Farah's, and like you know how Farah gets like the mini grav now or something. It's like looking at it, it's like, oh well, all of a sudden if I'm playing Farah against like a sort of bunkery comp or something, and I can start using these gravs as well, or a TP comp, I can sort of tech into something that specializes a little bit more into that or something. I like for ones that kind of give you like different routes. Like a meaningful choice to make, actually, you know, rather than just, do you want a bit more damage because it's been a few minutes? Yeah, can I have a bit more damage, please? I think they have some extreme heroes with perks. They'll have some patch ready from the spotlight, at least what I'm thinking. Okay. Some of the best designed ones. I actually quite like the Farah ones, actually. I think the Farah ones are, like, adds a new dimension, really, into, like, how you can play the hero in a lot of places. Give a way to make the ult actually kind of useful, stuff like this. Nice. Thank you. Thanks, Trash Panda. I'd like to know if you swap character and went back to your original when you had to start over of having your old perks. Yeah, because I know when you swap, you build your perks faster, right? Where you get like a bit of a buff. Maybe that's a question. I don't know if you know the answer to that, Spilo. Like, say I'm playing Torb, I get to level 3 perks, I pick my perks, and then I go May for like 2 fights, and then I go back to Torb. Am I still level 3 Torb perks, and do I still have the same perks, or do I have to start from the beginning again? Retain your full levels? Okay. Yeah, I think that makes sense. That seems reasonable. Oh, I see. Oh, okay. Now, to be fair, I didn't know actually, Skyjo, so that's actually... I wanted to know the answer as well. Learning. All right. All right, time to put perks on the shelf for a little bit. Sorry, I've just seen SSC's roster submission. Answer is once again taking the piss. All right, let's lock in for this one though. Shelving the perks. Put the perks on the shelf with my flowers. It's Avidity versus Shikigami. Shikigami's still off the back of a string of struggling results, really. Going to be more of a struggle as Graveyard's going to get immediately picked as well. So, quick reset here for Shikigami, a step back. Ban-wise, we're looking at Avidity have banned the Sombra, which is an interesting one because presumably then this means they want to play Bull. They won't be playing Bull here, but maybe Nepal Shrine is where they really want to play Bull. Obviously, Pella got a Bull on him, so something that they're trying to protect. But obviously Shikigami a step ahead. Just ban the Bull anyway. Just ban the Bull anyway. So you see what Avidity were doing. And this is why it's like a good second ban from Shikigami. Won't really affect until we get over to Shrine. But there we go. Alright, in control of the choke. We're actually swinging quite aggressively right now here. Swinging out his top left. And Shikigami is going to rotate to point. Avidity going to actually have to form to rotate as well. They will to keep a point contested right now, give Pella time to get there, and they will regroup on point now, so it's just a straight up flight on the low ground. Aggressive move from Zomba, has to ice block. Trying to deal with this Farah above right now. Wub's trying to keep eyes up there. Looking to get an angle on it. Spots for Sojourn, one dink is there. Look at a bit of pressure from Nenwai coming in. They're trying to rotate towards point. More damage from Wub, but nothing fatal just yet. They're trying to force point. Both cooldowns used by Solo right now. Chance to re-push after that. But they do get the flip here, Shikigami. Support ults up for Avidity slightly quicker than Shikigami right now. Probably partly due to this Farah damage coming out from Drunk. I don't know if Drunk can get in a position for this barrage right now. Ray push comes forward. They're looking for kills, but it's just... everyone's kited it. There's no one to shoot with this Ray. They're going to wall off point and try and get the flip. They do at least get the flip out of it, but now the barrage comes back in. Nenwai's going to try and trade it. Blizzard comes out from Zomba to try and turn the fight. They have got 1 kill out of it, but I don't think that's enough. Pella's good for 2, but Drunk just taking over here in the skybox, and that'll be a quick flip back for Shikigami. And now we're going to get swaps coming through. Zomba onto the Genji. And that was a Ray invested in that previous fight. And Shikigami getting out just a barrage. Actually. Well, sorry. I had to go off that. I'm not reading that channel anymore. Sorry. I'm locking in. Alright, huge economic win getting it. And Drunk's going to get an early pick onto Scuffed as well. And right now, Drunk is just doing everything. Drunk not a play we've seen all that much... from in terms of like impacts in Shikigami series. They've struggled in a lot of them. Pella has used this Annihilation as well, which means Avidity seems to be really mostly taking the piss with their ults. Terror Surge comes in and Solo's gonna die. Nenwai's beat it as well during all of this. Shikigami still have both support ults if they want to keep trying to turn the fight right now, but they have to deal with this Ramatra, and Shikigami are gonna save the ults. But they might actually get staggered out here. Yeah, they try and CP and regroup with Danny, but they're all gonna end up going down as a result. Will be a retake angle from Shikigami. I don't know what the plan was there. Just disconnect from Shikigami. And that's a shame as well, because the Farah's so good when you're in control of a point right there in terms of shutting down, flanking over roofs, making it a real nightmare for anyone who wants to come through those chokes. Wub's going for a high noon flank again. Oh! Regime! Ends up the wrong side, gets caught, had beat for this fight as well, so we're going to have to do it without it. Wub is just pushing the flank. Wub doing it all. They're now completely separated. 1 dink, 2 dinks. Easy for Wub and Shikigami. They got themselves in good positions, but it just slipped through their fingers. And that means Avidity good for it. Regime's going to come back and show everyone that he did have beat, but too little too late.
Score 1-0.
Oh, I'm full after all that chicken. Okay. Untidy from both teams. I'd probably describe that first round as. Chris is going to China. Mark your words. I'll mark them. I still believe. Anything can happen in playoffs. That's what they always say. Alright, similar looking comps right now with this ball ban coming through. Genji is the choice for Zomba. Drunk gonna go Genji as well. Swinging opposite sides of a point initially here. Just trying to find some of that damage. Orisa versus Ram is a fairly even matchup for the most part, but Solo's actually taken a good chunk of damage already. Means early space for Avidity. Point's going to unlock in 3 seconds, and Solo's topped up in time to contest this, making their way onto point right now. Zomba's going to take this Genji battle. Actually just dashes back towards the point, get a bit of an angle on Solo, forces to spin out. Attempt to punish from Drunk is no good. And they've got this angle on Solo, and Shikigami haven't really cleared enough space, and Solo's going to have to use his Fortify, get out, has a spin to go back in, but they conceded the flip as a result. Drunk's going to get caught trying to punish that one, and then Solo desperately tries to walk forward, just gets finished off. Late kill should be coming through here on Danny, and on Graveyard as well, so decent start for Avidity and all of that. Graveyard is slightly further ahead of the Kiriko ult than anyone else in the server right now, but they have to retake. Looks like they're positioning main at the moment, trying to get Drunk through onto this mega side on coast. Drunk will... just don't shoot, don't show your position, be sneaky. Have some subtlety. Drunk's just going to get cleared out of this position now from Wub. Meanwhile, everyone else is keeping him contained at the choke. Hard to walk out in this choke with that Genji Lucio duo above you. Spin has been used as well, and Drunk has been punished on the flank. Now walking forward with this Fortify is Solo. Graveyard nearly has the Kitsune Rush to keep going if they want. Another big slow from Pella. So much damage, nearly has the form. Doesn't even need the form. And really struggling to get out of the choke there. Drunk also completely marked out of the game. And Shikigami have these ults, but that fight there buys Avidity time. Now they have the Rain, now they have the Annihilation, and ult advantage will be in favor of Avidity long term. But there maybe is a bit of a window where they can actually double support ult here, Shikigami, but I don't know how aware of it they'll be. Hard to be completely aware of these sort of like few percent advantage. And actually, Nenwai's caught right up, so even in the time it's been saying that sentence, the advantage evaporated. Kitsune Rush comes through, Rain response right now. Regime is awfully low. Regime gets caught by the torpedo swing. High Noon to keep going right now. Last fight territory. Solo doesn't get to the ult. Regime doesn't get to the B. Blade out from Zomba, just spinning and winning. And the touch is going to be really, really hard. Drunk is dead as well. And the Drunk, it's actually just impossible. Yeah. Actually just impossible. Regime's going to go for the beat. No chance to use a beat on either of these rounds here. Complete domination from Avidity, if we are being honest. And Avidity have been having a pretty good stage 1 so far. A game they should be favourites for. And living up to that billing so far as well. Sorry, I was reading something again. Actually, so hard to lock in at the end of a week for NA. Minimal sleep. One-sided games. Feels like NA got worse overall from last year. I mean, yeah. I think partly because, you know, Toronto were actually just a top team, like someone in merit. Really big impact to the top end of the region. So I think in terms of there's not a team probably the quality of Toronto, yes. But I think we're also getting like a little bit... there's like an element of recency bias here where we're just not seeing top games, you know? You know, like, because they stacked day 1 and... well, weekend or week 1 and week 4 so much. Like, if I show you the top teams in North America, if I show you the schedule... and I go, when do the top 4 teams play each other, right? So Team Liquid and Timeless play each other here. SSG and Nightmare play each other here. SSG and Team Liquid play each other here. Timeless and Nightmare play each other here. And I think this is the next time. I know my camera's in the way slightly, but it's like basically the last Sunday of regular season, you know? So in between this Sunday and this Sunday, we've just got this like amorphous blob of one-sided games. So it's just like, yeah, like how many games have we seen with a map traded in this? So far, in this, we've had Amplify have it trade a map once, and Amplify trade a map once. In 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 games. Looks like it might be 13 as well. What's Smashy saying? Ha! Fuck, it's not as good as the Flats one. Flats is a professional, you know? Flats is a professional. Just a pretender. Whoa, alright, Esperanza Tracerban coming out here. Maybe not for Amplify, but potentially for Shikigami in terms of like full relegation. Maybe they both go down though. I think in NA, it's much more likely than it is in EMEA. Like in EMEA, I think Vision will be really fine, maybe Secure at risk, even if they go into that like relegation playoff. Crazy that Shikigami actually beat Amplify. It's true, actually, yeah, it's true. Oh. Ooh. Alright. Sitting up, paying attention, locking in. Alright, Tracer Band comes out from Shikigami. What am I missing? Pella's going to play ball. They just don't want the ball tracer to be possible. Right? And maybe it's just as simple as that. You can't ban the ball again, so you just ban the tracer and you take away from it in another way. Force Sombra onto the Genji. Then the Brig ban in response from Avidity, I guess, you know, they banned Sombra in the first one to try and enable ball. They're banning Brig for a similar thing. Maybe seems reasonable enough. Don't think it's going to massively impact it. They're just scared of Zomba. Maybe it could be. Could be that simple. Pella's going to get cleared out initially here, but Wob actually finds a kill and Zomba finds a kill. So while they've cleared Pella, they've lost a net negative here in terms of players. Roll through onto Danny right now. Full pocket for Danny too, but he is stuck in this room at the back, trying to shoot his way out of dodge. And NY is out the door. Don't let him in. Oh, Pella's at the door as well. Oh my god, it's just... it's just... it's an absolute... I don't know. Absolute slaughter in that room. A blender, yeah. I mean, they've been tumble-dried in that one. Watch them, yeah, same. Alright. Difficult now. Solo's going to try and sneak their way out onto this high ground, try and clear a bit of space, but they are wary of this ball engage. Sim to harass the point. They actually sim for the rotation. Suzu is good, denies that javelin, but still on NY's case is Solo. Trades coming in from Pella right now. Found one trade. Second trade with the Wob swing here, and it's turning into a bit of a scattered dogfight. They're stealing the payload, but all over Danny right now. Danny is low in the sky. Nearly trades Wob, but not quite. And Avidity will regain control of the robot. Keep rolling towards Cap. Looking for the early sim kill. And Pella just being an absolute nuisance, forcing that Suzu early. Anytime you can force one of the key cooldowns, and Suzu really is the key cooldown to force if you are Avidity, makes your next dive all the more brutal. Pella onto the high ground. TP rotation again. Another javelin looking for the Lucio. Kitsune rush on point. Graveyard has one to mirror right now. And oh, Drunks just got separated. Don't know where they were going with that one. They've tried to flip the point here, and actually Solo gets caught. The idea with a lot of these TP seems quite reasonable from Shikigami, but sometimes just lost in the source a little bit afterwards. Like, they're using the TPs right now, Shikigami. They get out, they get past difficult chokes, and they're regaining the high ground position. I think in both those last two fights, they regained that. But then they just lost a little bit of the mid-fight. Break formation. Something gets pulled apart. I mean, if you get slightly split against a comp like Avidities, real chance for Ball can cause you big problems. Real chance for Genji can. They're going to flip the map again right now, but they lose Drunk early one more time. They give themselves onto payload. They drop a Kitsune rush. Mines will be used onto that payload. Beat as well from Nenwai to keep this one contested. Danny's going to get taken down. Bit of help with that. Now a Terror Surge coming in, trying to get Zomba out of there. Deflect there, deflecting both players. Trying to use the robot as cover, play their lives. Solo ends up running into Mines while trying to trade that kill. And Avidity will keep it rolling forward. Shikigami have the ults to stabilize now. A beat, an overclock, a wall. Plenty to stabilize with. But significant distance conceded already. Drunk with a TP rotation again. They keep flipping the map. So objective focus here, Shikigami, and they catch Nenwai. Honestly, they've done this every time. Solo takes the TP for their flip, and Solo has eyes for Nenwai. Rotating back towards point now as they're just trying to steal cart Shikigami. They're not too worried about getting all these kills. But there is an overclock from Wob potential. Dink there. Overclock to keep going now. Beat in response to keep them rotating. But I think they're not pushing with this Shikigami. They're just going to continue rotating. Only interested in the payload right now. Solo's going to get split a little bit. Down to low health, but does beat back up. Has that Suzu force. Scuff nearly has the Kitsune rush, but Symbol is available in response. Overclock from Danny as well as this Symbol right now. Trying to burn damage through. Nenwai's trying to put pressure on that overclock. Not enough pressure though. Now Kitsune rush comes through from Scuff. One more slam comes in. Using the Symbol nicely here as Danny denies Nat, kills the ball. And the Symbol does a lot of work there. Ends up actually allowing them to survive and just kite most of that Kitsune rush damage. And alright, Shikigami found their legs. First few significant meters on the board, threatening checkpoint now. Avidity coming back with not quite any ults yet. They will have Mines and Blade mid-fight. But if a contest comes in, they can just use Kitsune Rush to make sure they force the objective here, Shikigami. Have to worry about this Genji flank. Supports are fully with Zomba on this one. Trying to get them to the rest of their blade. Contest comes in right now for Pella, but doesn't really want your ball to have to be doing. Just force for Kitsune Rush. Just spinning around and out there, Pella. Think they will concede checkpoint for this. 8 seconds now for the robot to go through his little animation. Slam onto the choke. More pressure onto Solo. Has to spin backwards there. Has to fortify as well. Does Solo still disengaging? And Zomba's found the kill onto Drunk. Drunk feeling like a bit of a liability in some of these situations. And Avidity, maybe partly just for Sim in general as well, even though they're kind of needed for the TP rotations. Anyway, though, they steal the robot now, Avidity. They rotate back through the high ground. Don't know what happened to Pella there exactly. Slam separates Solo. These mines are going to cause a big problem as well. Solo's trying to hold their space. Zomba there. Takes the TP back. Regime just playing with them there. And now Drunk takes the TP aggressively. Getting chased out here. No escape for Zomba. Good use of the TP there. They are still losing meters during all of this, though it has to be said, Shikigami. They're walking back in now. Kitsune Rush from Scuff to keep this one going. Spin to get onto this backline. Terror Surge pulls them both in. Beat to keep themselves alive. They've lost Danny right now. They've got control of a robot once more, Shikigami, but they have to try and clean up these kills. Scuff will get taken care of now. Nenwai's going to try and live. There's no way they live. They're doing an entire loop. There's no way they live. Wait, Wub's come back and got a kill. Nenwai's just fine. Nenwai's giving them a run around, and Zomba and Wub are just picking them apart while they try and clean up these kills. Shikigami inexplicably can't find any of these kills. Finally, Solo gets one. But it's not enough. Not enough. Kitsune Rush available for Graveyard now. Symbol for Drunk. Ults to stabilize with, but significant damage done. Wub going to be looking for maybe a flank overclock in this one with this ult disadvantage. Chance they could just slow it down and try and bleed ults out of Shikigami. Nenwai's going to go down early after this TP rotation. Zomba will steal the payload again. Taking so much damage, actually. They symbol to try and keep Solo alive. Now the overclock from Wub comes in, catches Regime separated. Kitsune Rush on point now as well from Shikigami, trying to stabilize around these big ults on point, but they're not finding kills during any of this. Rayo actually connects, and Danny will have to slide even further back. There's a Genji behind as well, though, and they're not able to shut down any of these threats. Avidity, they must continue to, Shikigami, they must continue to play in the trenches. And eventually you're getting shot from enough different angles. Some of those bullets are going to go through, and Wub's found 2 kills off the back of it. Now another late kill. TP out here from Graveyard. Oh, it's only... Oh, I thought if they managed to get out, it was just a TP to the side. So now we have full wipe in the end here. Different wave, I think, for the last 3 players. Solo will be going on to Diva to try and hold it. Scuffed nearly has a Kitsune Rush. Could just be the finisher here. Danny has the overclock to respond with. Here comes the Kitsune Rush. Body shot into Scuff. Suzu using response right now. Now Danny can just keep charging. Looking for these shots, but it's a disengage off the back of that Kitsune Rush. Nenwai's going to beat for the repush. Beat Blade all over the top. No escape. TP is available right now. But low HP on point. Gets the reset. Looking for more kills. Shikigami are trying to display their own lives. Stagger for late touches, but they catch Regime. That was the closest ult Shikigami would to, and it's just over. Full push in the end. All right. Do you prefer casting this format or group stage? I think the group stage format was at least closer in terms of matchups. I don't know. I feel like the group stage was worse than this as well. I feel like the problem here is more just the scheduling of the matches, right? Now we just don't have... I mean, we have a decent game later to look forward to. But there were, what, 6 good games in North America? And we had 4 of them on the first week. You know, you've got, what have you got? 12 play days? 4 weekends? So what? 12 play days, you can have 1 every other day. And then maybe you still... And now I'm just talking top teams versus top teams, right? There's still a chance to have entertaining games, like in terms of like evenly matched teams. Chase is available, but if they're playing Diva and Ram comps, who would you want to play, you know? I'm sure if we went to like Dorado or something, we would have seen Chase. Yeah, like, we'd still have some of this, right? I'm not saying it would, like, fix all our problems and there wouldn't still be plenty of one-sided games. But I think it would have made it feel less bad. Because if I don't know if I still have it marked up. I showed this a second ago. But, like, we basically had good games here. And we have good games on the final Sunday. We have one-sided games in this massive block in the middle, right? So it's like, yeah. Yeah, so I think the format is better. Because like in EMEA, it doesn't feel like this, right? Just because, but partly because we just have a greater depth of teams. Because even some of the games that were meant to be close, like, or meant to be closer, have ended up being like 3-0s, right? There's another one here. Maybe this one. This one as well. Maybe this one. But it still doesn't feel that bad in EMEA because there's actually still plenty of good games every now and again. What causes for gap? It's just player quality, I think, for the most part. Oh, might turn this music down a sec. We got a 3-minute break though. Oh. Like, you know when we watch some of these teams, like Shikigami, a good example, right? In terms of, but Shikigami will win a couple of fights, put themselves in a good position, right? Like Nepal Village is a good example. Get themselves in a good position, and then what happens is they just piss it away. They just get in a mess. They sort of lose track of these things, right? And as much as that just feels like, you know, a dumb mistake, ultimately it's kind of a player quality mistake as well. Like, classic, you know, the same in any sport, any esport, right? The better the player, the less mistakes, etc. I mean, they won their map pick, though, no? Like, it's on the TU subjectnesses. But you say play dive, but should they have played dive just because it's, like, good for your team if it's not good for the map? Like, Crazy Raccoon don't play dive everywhere, right? Because it's, they only play it when, like, the matchup is nice for them. Or, like, the map is possible. And honestly, even if I look at those maps, that Suravas and that Colosseo, felt actually really winnable, you know? I don't think I'm, like, looking at it like, yeah, this is a comp problem. Oh, you know, I don't disagree. Like, the roster has a lot of high potential players. Or high potential, like, highly proven players is the better way to say it. And my point is, well, I just don't think, like, that's the problem, you know? Like, it's not like, I've only Chase played and then it would have fixed all their problems, you know? I think even in a lot of these, they actually had comp advantage. But if you make mistakes, doesn't matter what fucking comp you play, right? If you make big mistakes in big moments, it'll cost you fights, it'll cost you series. You just accidentally bet on Shikigami? Perfect. Are you the 4%? Yeah, Alcacer are an interesting team because it feels like they've almost gone completely just like, look, we're basically just going to play some version of the same comp everywhere. Maybe we'll swap checkmate between Genji and Torb. Maybe like Landon will swap a bit between Kiri and Juno, you know. And, you know, between Ram and D.Va as well for Ziad, if like basically only if D.Va's banned. But it feels like they're just really doubling down on we're going to play this comp, or more or less the same style of comp everywhere, and we're just going to try and have a play style against like everything we can run into, you know? Who do you think the #1 seed NA is comparable to? What do you mean? I would I think it's probably pretty close, right? If we look at like Team Liquid, SSG, VP, maybe I put VP at the top right now, but I think they're all like around the same level. I don't think there's like a clear favorite out of them. Oh, all right, let's lock in for some Dorado then, because Shikigami, we've seen him do this type of one before. Danny with the grapple shot. Nothing to connect with, though. We'll be going back to spawn as well, obviously playing up against Pella Bull right now. Grapple for Wub. Oh, Danny was ready. Get Zugs wanged, Wub. Slam from downtown onto the Widow here. Should be able to get pocketed through it. Nope, never mind. Never mind. Thought they had that one, honestly, but not able to get the pocket actually onto their Widow there. And that'll be a quick reset in spawn here from Shikigami. They've got the payload at least to underneath bridge. Trunk forced off the high ground. Nade comes out, catches Nenwai, but Nenwai is safe from the engage. Just trying to take a little bit of ult charge. Payload is still moving thanks to Drunk right now. Wub trying to get an angle. Will drop to point, looking for this Tracer. Oh, Pella's actually going to get caught in all of this. Going for their own trade. Danny catches Zomba as well, and now free push will be coming Shikigami's way. Turn it back up again. There we go. Looking for the late kills here as well. Sleep is good from Scuffed. Enough to save their life. Maybe. Maybe not. Oh, not. Wub's going to walk out the wrong door at the wrong time there. Winston behind you. No way out for Wub. But they have ults to retake with here, Avidity. Nano comes in. Onto Pella. Sleep onto Solo, but they nearly have Primal. They're just trying to force or delay payload with this rather. Pella's going to get a lot of damage from this rally. Counter rally from Nenwai. Low HP, but they're okay for now. Nade comes out. Catches Zomba and Pella. They survive though. Nenwai will fall. Looking for more is Drunk for later. Nano coming out now as well. Solo will get a lot of cleanup kills with that. And that should be first point going the way of Shikigami. Why does Shikigami go to a dive map? I think Shikigami is basically just the what's the expression? I guess it's like free test theory almost. Where you just if you've proven or seen you can't win a matchup basically by how the previous map goes, then just change the matchup. Even if it's not necessarily like a huge advantage on paper, change it to something else that you've got experience on and see if you can find success in that matchup. Pella is still sorting out this payload, and this is making it very frustrating for Shikigami, because despite their success, they're not actually getting that much cart push, and there's still a long way to go on this Dorado second. Pulse Bomb is good from Zomba. Might get punished for it. Might get punished for it. Oh, Danny can't find the finishing blow. Zomba will get topped back up, and they will continue to have control of his payload. Pella will catch Danny as well. A much harder life for Danny as the offensive Widow here to get meaningful space. Oh, Wub's going to catch Drunk as well. And more time off the clock for Avidity. They know Pella is behind them, though. Pella has for mines as well to put this backline under more pressure. Solo has for Primal. Also down to half HP right now, too. In this bubble. Getting pocket, it looks like. Should be okay. Eyes on the backline. Pella's already gone with the mines right now. Forcing them all out, and Graveyard will get caught by one of those. Danny's going to fall as well. 2 for Pella with that minefield. But Primal is going. They land on the floor, though. They're off for high ground, but there's no follow-up. Tries to catch something. Tries to play their life, but they know where Solo is, and they are coming for him. Apparently not. So Nenwai wanted to fight, but no one else was there. Now they're going to go. Bubble force defensively here.
Is there a way out for Solo? I feel like he missed a bit of an opportunity there, Avidity. He could have just gone for it, but I prioritized getting back to good position instead. Will never complain about my backline getting into good position, though. Nano now onto Pella. Will get hacked out here. Just trying to beam through. Slam comes through, but the damage is eaten by most of that bubble. Nade now onto the backline. Catches both of them. Here they come. Defensive nade not in time. Zombra and Pella good for 2. Danny is caught in here as well. Revealed. Oh, gets away. 23 HP. Solo's going to die late, but I think Danny maybe has escaped with his life and can set up behind. Okay, coming back now. Graveyard has for Nano. Ping's behind. I think Danny is still behind here. Zombra trying to scout that out. Pressure on the payload. Danny's not actually behind, just playing to hack the ball instead. TP onto the high ground actually with his ball. Pulse bomb just onto the floor. Graveyard in the corner avoids that damage though. No such luck for Zombra, and now they're coming to try and clear Zombra out. Regime is keeping eyes on that as his nano boost comes in from Solo, but it doesn't find all that much. Jumping forward, trying to clear this ball out, keep the payload moving. They've lost Drunk in the back, though. Zombra on the high ground, finds him too, does Pella. Rolling through for some scouting. Slam there too. Packs coming their way, so they can't kill this Zombra. Trying to boop it up. Just flicks, flicks Graveyard up there. Skims him. Now onto the high ground. Rally to keep pushing with an EMP as well. Danny is close up and going right inside. Pella is trying to scout that one out. Only 1 second left. Danny's going to uncloak now. Can just force point and EMP everything, but will cloak up again. Looking for a higher value one. Mines come in, but Pella stays on the high ground so that they can't get counted out by this EMP. Climbing up onto this backline again. Slam onto the Ana. Looking for that engage. Will be whipped back. Graveyard is low. Sleep is avoided by Pella, and Pella's going to keep going, trying to boot the Ana out of that bubble. More trouble for Graveyard. The EMP push has happened in the meantime. Danny's gone for it. They found 1 kill out of it, but it's a 1-for-1 trade only. Still harassing this backline. Rally on point now from Regime to go for it. Then I died with Rally during all of that. It is a nano onto it, so that pulse bomb is going to be fatal for Solo. Sleep is good from Graveyard, but it doesn't matter. 2 apiece for the Avidity DPS, and that'll be a hold on second point.
Score 0-1. Switching sides.
Yeah, it's only Hazard they're being funny about in terms of the like perma what do you call it? The perma wall riding, wall surfing thing. I don't know why they're being so funny about it in reality. Like, it just exists, you know? Just deal with it. Will I be uncoachable this week? I don't know. I'm recording something else Monday. And then I'm out Monday night. Tuesday. I mean, probably not would be my guess, honestly. Probably not would be my guess. There's no plans to, at least. Please. Nah, I imagine everyone's going to be relatively busy. I mean, I'll be happy to do it if the guys are down. Maybe I'll drop them a message. But, we'll see. Don't stream Pacific or Japan, no, unfortunately. I do all of Korea, though. Korea, EMEA, and North America. Thanks, Tom, for the recommendation.
3, 2, 1. Attackers inbound.
Any special guests? Nothing super planned. I mean, this might surprise you guys, but we don't do a lot of forward planning. It's like a couple of days in advance at best. We kind of just rock up for it and put it together. No, that wasn't a clever hint wordplay, guys. You're reading into something that isn't when there's nothing to read into. All right, attack now for Avidity. Clear win condition in their sights. Payload already underneath the bridge right now. Halfway to these nanos, and Wob gives us an opening pick to work with. Nade is massive onto Avidity, and they actually lose Scuffed as a result of that one. Good nade coming out from Graveyard. Danny will get traded though, so And actually Rajiev's getting traded. And at a certain point when you trade so many players, you're just winning the fight. Nice little slam coming out, but Graveyard did save a bubble to avoid that. Doesn't save his life, though. They will be dying on point here if they can. Zomba trying to camp a recall here, playing in the bubble, trying to deny them immunity. They will clean it up, and Payload is rolling, and this touch is going to be really ugly. I don't know if they can even go for it. Who's the closest? No. No, it's the short answer. Oh, but maybe if they are. Going to go onto it here with Danny trying to stall it out. Going to be a hard bleed back in. Bubble onto point now from Solo. Takes a lot of damage. Maybe Graveyard can get this nano. Just trying to beam this Tracer down. Recall has been forced by Pella, actually looking for another slam in. Nano Danny into the backline now, onto the Widow. Can't find the finishing blow. Bit of help they do. Mine's on point though, take down Drunk. Need to care for C9 at this point. Oh my god, Pella's just booped everyone into the mines. Pella boops them away. Oh, a masterful mines from Pella. Saves the day, because that dive was getting value from Shikigami. They were killing the backline. But Pella just hits everyone into the mines. Good shout, Wilder. And this means a pretty fat time bank here on second point. Over 4 minutes. Here's the footsteps swap. Can't connect for shot. Body shot will force for recall though. Gonna swap over to right hand side now. Winston's close to them. I don't know if Solo knows where Wub is though. Pella harassing them inside, and while Pella is keeping them busy up top, this Payload is just moving forward. Dive into the backline. Solo has the Primal. Pulse Bomb out as well. Doesn't connect. Pella has killed Danny while this goes on. The Primal to try and separate Graveyard. But packs are coming Graveyard's way. The juggle is good from Solo. Secures that kill. Goes to try and deal with point. Has to jump out to the high ground right now. They have lost people during all of this as well. And the defenders will be able to stabilize off those trades. But for the most part, the Solo needs to be careful. Oh, just gets away. Nope. Doesn't get away. Pella on the hunt. Chasing this Tracer down now as well. Oh, sorry, Genji. Wub's got this power position right now. Ooh, misses for body shot. I would have killed him. Misses for second one. Blade coming their way. Tries to grapple through. Deflect is fair. Wub anticipated the deflect. Doesn't shoot himself, but Danny does confirm that kill. 1 ult, 1 kill, but Widow threat taken away. And they're rallying on point right now. Shikigami to hold on. They've lost their Anna. Mines on point. We saw this on first. Oh, so much damage right now. Booped into the mines again. And the Pella's up to the same old tricks. Mines on point. Spin to win. Avidity, seal it. All right. Probably player of the match as well, right, Pella? I mean, the Dorado was particularly stylish, but I think pretty good throughout the series. Maybe one dodgy Terror Surge right at the start, but everything else pretty good. What is that emote? The space station foam hand. All right. Get soon on the podcast, but don't tell Chris. All good ideas, guys. Horrible news. I feel like it's going to be that horrible. This feels like a legitimate news source. Found dead in Leeds after a 1-3 loss to OWCS. Do they think he's from Leeds? What's the Leeds reference? Why? Yeah, I don't understand what the Leeds reference is. I guess they just mistook Leeds and Newcastle. Yeah. All right, you know what I should do, actually? I should top up my water before I forget so we're ready for this SSG series, because we don't want to miss the start, right? We don't want to miss the start. Let me get the vodka and all of that.